So this is the night that I went over to tell him that I was giving him my kidney.
And I was so excited. I was amazed.
Pennsylvania Fire Chief Charlie Westcott never expected to live. First, his kidneys shut down. Then the kidney drugs stopped working. And eventually, he needed a donor to save his life.
So the testing was about 4.5 months.
Fire service volunteer Bethany Sims hoped to donate her kidney, but there was one looming and unanswered question.
It was the beginning of August. They called me Friday afternoon and said, hey, gotta tell you, you're a match.
I get a knock on the door, and there she was. And she said, I'm here to give you my kidney.
This is not your typical story. People who need kidneys are usually saved by total strangers in their community. But imagine if that stranger is a brother or sister in the fire service, possibly donating a piece of themselves from thousands of miles away.
I would definitely tell someone who's considering or even thinking about any type of organ donation, the first step is to try.
Kidneys for Communities is committed to helping the fire service find donors within the larger network of first responders. It helps people who put their lives on the line, give a piece of themselves to people with the same altruistic passion. But Charlie Westcott knew his lifesaver, and Bethany has no regrets, only gratitude. Just months after the transplant, Charlie watched her exchange I-dos.
You have to be there. You have my organ. Like, my whole body needs to be at my wedding.
Donors and kidney recipients often don't connect like this, but the gift is greater than a meeting. The gift is life itself.
Thank you for everything, everything that you did for me. Thank you.
It's nice to be in the backyard. I'll be glad when summertime gets here and it's a little bit warmer. Next to Mary and my wife, donating a kidney was the most amazing experience I've ever had.
Donating a kidney and saving a life. This is not out of character for retired firefighter Greg Tetreault.
This was us the day that we met Rodney and Marie. Yeah. Rodney got my kidney.
The road that led Greg to Rodney began when Greg was a young firefighter.
Wow, I had hair then.
Back then, Greg was struggling. But a fire chief gave him an improbable second chance. After retirement, he was committed to paying it forward. The only thing that could stop him didn't.
I fully supported him because it's who he is. I wasn't going to stand in the way of that.
With Kate's support locked in, the heavy lifting had begun.
Blood test after blood test after blood test after blood test.
And Greg had a personal coordinator making sure his needs were met.
There's Sue. She was my coordinator. And this is her husband over here, Mike. He was my surgeon.
There was a nurse, a social worker, a psychiatrist. It was the proverbial village.
Then comes the call that they found somebody that's a match. That's really a pretty magical moment to know that now it's real.
Gifting Rodney a life-saving kidney changed the trajectory of Rodney's life and Greg's. That became even clearer after a Kidneys for Communities interview Greg posted to social media, where someone saw it.
He was a retired firefighter that I had worked with, and he had gotten cancer and lost both of his kidneys, so he was on dialysis. And he thanked me for being a donor and for doing the interview because it was going to give him another avenue through Kidneys for Communities to possibly find his donor.
When Greg donated that kidney, he didn't realize it could have stayed within the fire service family. That's something Kidneys for Communities fosters with its first responder initiative. Kate says her husband is still paying it forward. He's now volunteering with the Living Donor Connections team, working with people considering organ donation.
Volunteering for Kidneys for Communities is, I think, an avenue to provide blessings in other people's lives.
As it did for Rodney and his wife Marie, two people forever connected to Greg and Kate.
Into the sunset. Chances are one of you here knows somebody who's been affected by kidney disease. Wouldn't it be amazing if you could do something to save the lives of our brothers and sisters in need? We need your help. We're counting on you.